All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakar Quadash, and double honors to the apostles of the Great Millstone, and salutations to the Yakim out there that continue to further this ministry throughout the four corners of the earth, and shalom to those that are learning and listening and growing thereby as well. And I just want to briefly respond to this video, a terrifying dream from the brother. I believe his name is Yahweh the Just. Just Yahweh the, he was talking about the vision, as the ones of you brothers have already seen already, but if you have not seen, I suggest, check it out, because, as you can see, the brother was very touched by the vision that he had, because it was real. But even though there was a terrifying dream, it's actually good news, because, as we always teach, and what was taught, of course, in the scriptures, and especially as I'm thinking about right now, the book of Acts 14, verse 23, I believe it is, or verse 24, where it says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them that through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom. And that's the only way into the kingdom, is through the great tribulation, And in that great tribulation, so shall the Lord be with us. Because it is already written that, we will meet our darkest days. Or should I say our darkest hours. But in that, there lies the reward ahead. Let me just get a couple of precepts. And I want to read the book of Job 23. And I believe it's in verse, let's see what we can get here. You're right, verse 10 we can read. It says, but he knoweth the way that I take when ye have tried me, and I shall come forth as gold. And that kind of reminds me of Zechariah 13:8, where it says the third shall be tried as gold is tried. So what does that mean? Meaning we're going to be tried in the hour of martial law, also known as the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay? And yeah, the world is going to feel and experience that trouble, but it's just going to be aimed at us. And in that same time, we will be saved. So yeah, it's going to look very dire and horrid, but there's a reward that lies ahead. And this is why it says in the book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 12, where it says rejoice. Why does it say therefore rejoice, ye heavens? Let me get the KJV instead. I mean, I could read it from this particular Bible, but I'm just used to the KJV. So let me go get the KJV real quick. Let me pull that up. Yeah, it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, and woe to the inhabitants of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth. Let me see if I can lighten this up a little bit. So it says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. But in the first couple of sentences, it says rejoice. So why to rejoice? Because afterwards, there's going to come judgment upon the powers that be, which will rise against us. And that's the casting down when Yahushua comes down. When Yahushua comes down, he's going to cast down these devils, or this particular power construct, which you have the men which will rise up against this control. As it says, the verse 13, and when the dragon saw that he was cast onto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. But I want to really get to the point of, because that goes into something else. But you know what, I can quote it. It says, the persecutor of our brethren have been cast down. You see, so eventually, after we're persecuted, around that same time, because the Most High is going to move very quick. I'm going to just put it to you that way. The Most High is going to move very fast and swiftly when the prophets are touched. And that's what we got to expect. And that's the beautiful thing about it, because when we're touched, the Lord is going to make that move. And through that move, shall we be established, shall the kingdom of heaven be. But in order for us to get into the kingdom, we have to go through the trials and tribulation. We have to be tried to see if we're worthy of that reward, which is the kingdom. Let's read this. We're going to read Proverbs 10, verse 28. It says, the hope of the righteous shall be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked shall perish. So the wicked, they may have their hopes and their plans, but it is not written thereof. Within the counsel of the Lord, what's written is that the righteous shall overtake the wicked and pretty much overcome all that the righteous have to deal with, which the wicked will dish out. And then eventually, we're going to put them into captivity. So yeah, they may seek to kill us, or they may seek to do as much as they want to do, but eventually, it's all going to end well with the saints. As it says in the book of Daniel, the 7th chapter, how the saints shall take the kingdom. Okay, so there's a lot of different things that we have to look forward to and be ready for, because it's not just going to be very simple. Like when the Lord allows Esau to get moving with us and seeking to kill us, there's going to be miracles played out on the earth. And that's what brothers got to be expecting too. All right. So the vision that the brother had was a beautiful vision. Even though it was a terrifying vision, but it's beautiful at the same time, because there's only one way to the kingdom, and that's through the tribulation. And then after the tribulation, there comes our reward in heaven. There comes the expectation of the righteous, you know? So that's as far as it goes. We really don't have nothing to worry about or to be afraid of. As the scripture says, you could do nothing against the truth before the truth, and we represent the truth. We are exemplifiers of the truth. Okay, and you can't do away with those that believe on the words of Yahweh Bashmi Shai, which is the truth. The prophets are the truth. They give the testimony. All right, and the testimony is true. So the men of the Lord, which are the men of the truth, ain't going anywhere. Like Yahweh Shai said, that whosoever eat of this bread, which the bread represented himself, the bread of life, shall obtain everlasting life. I'm roughly paraphrasing what he said. So let's just say if we do die, doesn't it say in the scriptures that the dead in Yahweh Shai shall rise first? Those that are beheaded, those that have become martyrs for the sake of the word, they're going to rise first. And then their works will continue on that they have done. And then the reward will be. So that's the end all be all. You see, so no matter what Esau does, no matter what kind of tactics they come with, it makes no difference. We've already won. We've already gotten the victory. But as Job put it, we shall be tried and we shall be as gold. You see? Let's read this. Revelation 2, verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, and be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So that means we would have to go through the tribulation and be tried, and be as gold is tried, and therefore we will be worthy of our reward in heaven. That's how our works are going to follow us. Those that have not died and those that have died of being martyrs for the sake of this word will be risen back up, and their works do follow them. In other words, they're going to reap the rewards of their labor. For our labor is not in vain. everything that we doing, from the weekly shows to the highways and the byways, it's not in vain. Okay, so that's all I got to say. And I may probably speak a little bit more on this particular subject matter, but I'm going to entitle this next video differently. So with that, I say shalom, and shalom to the brother, Yahweh, down in the main camp. Shalom to that brother, man, from a fellow Judite. Anyway, I'm out. Shalom.